Hello. Welcome to a quick, I think, unboxing video of some UrbanMatz terrain. Uh, Story is that I'm currently working with some fellow geeks organizing a convention for skirmish games, and we've written different companies and amongst others, we've written to UrbanMatz, and they were willing to offer us a nice deal, a nice discount on some of their products for the participants of the convention, and free shipping. So it was a nice excuse for a lot of people to buy a new mat. Not that I need any myself. Uh, UrbanMatz is a Polish company, and they have a ton of different stuff, folding tables, lots of double-sided maps, rubber maps, you name it. And I didn't know this when people ordered. They also have some pre-painted resin terrain that is actually fairly nicely priced. Um, a dungeon set like this, 125 euros, and you get some painted terrain. Uh, there's enough to cover a board there with zero work. Now, I was impressed by the price here on these pieces, especially considering that they were willing to give our participants 20% discount of the price here. So participants went together, and the club that we are organizing through is has placed a huge order for a bunch of mats that we'll just hand out then at the convention. Save shipping, got a good discount. I think the club ended up buying around 10 new mats. It's an RPG club, so they're going to use them for lots of things. Well, the nice people at UrbanMatz then said, as a thank you, because we placed such a large order, and I helped facilitate this deal for them. Uh, Sent them the payment, got money from everybody. They wrote a note that they would send a box of broken terrain pieces that has some kind of chipping or otherwise broken that it's not by the standard they want to sell, so they can't make money of it. So they just send it along, and then I could see if I could repair it or perhaps use it to something. I was like, yeah, cool. And I haven't opened the box in any other way than I've just cut off the tape and pulled out all the fluffy bits, and then there is a lot of terrain in bubble wrap down here in a cardboard box, and I have no idea what it is. So I thought, well, let's have a look and see what they've sent along, if it's anything I can use for something. Yeah. So this is not even one of their maps because yeah, this is a competitor's map. Maybe I should have opened something, but I haven't bought any of them. I'm just gonna reach into the back here and see what we have. Desert building, and I just see that there's another one down here in the same color. Oh, this is another one. Nice Tatooine looking stuff right here. Or through the wastes. Oh, sci-fi door. Metal door. Fairly light considering that they're resin. Sounds almost hollow. Yeah, this looks kind of like the Skywalker's house. That's right. Um, let's see if we can see how it's painted here. So, quick base coat and some dry brushing. I think it's hard to see here on the camera, but we have some darker shadows in here at the edges. Lighter dry brush on top. So I think perhaps this is what they're referring to as they're unable to sell it. This doesn't look like. So this is some kind of wash that's been messed up, I think. But it's a nice building. 4 doors. It would be pretty easy to up the standards on this one. You know, just give this metal door another dry brush. Let's see if we can see what's wrong with this one. Oh, here. See? Some kind of spilled paint. And it should be pretty easy to remedy. But thanks. So, cool buildings. And I think that's going to be part of they have this one. One of the participants, he ordered this, desert terrain. I said it's on pre-order right now, so it looks to be a part of that. The color here seems a bit more, I don't know, lighter sand. Oh, this one is fitting better to the one here, but this seems pretty light. So these are cool, nice buildings. Let's see here. Yeah, this is what I was referring to. So this is a set they have on pre-order right now. Again, a full board. It's no doubt it's Tatooine Star Wars, but it could work for fantasy as well. I think it would be pretty easy to make a door from popsicle sticks and matches. Make one, do a blue stuff mold, and cast it in plaster, perhaps. So you have a wooden door, and it should fit. I think these are all the same size, at least roughly. So just make an insert with a foot, so you can, when you put it down here, it's balanced beneath the building, and you have a wooden door. And 1, 2, 3, you have a fantasy building instead of this sci-fi metal door. That should be an easy upgrade to make. I'm gonna do that. Let's see what else we have here. Wall. What's wrong with this piece? This is nice and heavy, a lot heavier than this. Stone wall. I can't see what's wrong with it. I think it's painted with fairly cheap acrylics, but they have to mass produce this and do it quick. Pre-painted, again, a dark color, a lighter dry brush. Shouldn't be too hard to upgrade this yourself. Add some brown washes, some runoff, some green ivy or something growing up. Nice wall. Okay, let's see. And there's a lot of stuff in this box. What do we have here? A chest. Oh, a barracks. Sci-fi barracks. There. Sci-fi door. So, yeah, this is perfect for Stargrave, Rogue Stars. I don't play Rogue Stars. I'm gonna play Stargrave. Xeno Hunters, Danish game coming out. Space Pirates, working title, Danish game coming out. It could work for Hardwired. It could even work for some post-apocalypse games. It's a bit, I think, can you see it? So it's curving in, like it's shrunk in the mold here as well. Maybe it's why it's discarded. A nice piece. The metal here could use an upgrade. It would be pretty easy to go over it with your own brush, give it another dry brush. For I don't know what to expect when buying pre-painted terrain, but for the price, 125 euros for, let's go back here and see if we can find this building on a set here. Back. See what part of a sci-fi set this is from, if it's from a set. So that one. I mean, this is a lot of stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4 of these buildings. If you hate making terrain, I love it. If you hate making terrain, this is a nice board. Nice big pieces for fairly few money. And lots of time saved. Cool. Let's what do we have here? See, this one is messed up as well from some paint. Thank you. Should be an easy fix. When they said unfit for sale, I was pretty sure that it was going to be, you know, like actual broken pieces that, well, here's a house, you got a ruin. See if you can use it for anything. Oh, check this out. I already have a ruined, snow-covered city. This is a big ruin. Let's just see if we can get a fantasy miniature here for it. Let's bring a hero. I don't know. This is a big building. I mean, there's enough room up there as well. Okay. Not usable staircase. Just add a bit of extra work, you know, on the fireplace here. Add some sand at the bottom, paint it black. Perhaps a bit of matches. Wondering how many colors they're using here. Okay, so here on the roof is obviously one base color, but I see two, or yeah, at least two different colors used for the dry brushing here. Window could use a bit of work, perhaps a repaint and a wash. This is a big one, chunky, heavy. Oh, here, okay, so this one is broken. It's missing something here, part of staircase. You know, break up some matches, glue them on, paint them up, adds just some pieces of cork or bark or something like that. Just to make it as part of the ruin. That should be an easy fix. You can see why you can't sell something like that. What do we have here? Another ruin. Kind of monastery look going on here. Let's see, we can see why this is broken. Doesn't look broken. Can't see the broken part here. And, you know, add some greenery, and you have a nice part of a ruined church for some fantasy terrain. Perhaps Night Watch, Ranges of Shadow Deep, games that I play. I don't need more snow-covered ruins combined with this one. You know, pretty well off. Just take a hammer perhaps and smash one of these pieces. I am planning to build myself a complete city wall, castle wall at some point. Oh, this is a heavy one. Jesus. Nice. Look at this thing. Nice details on the windows there. It's not windows. What is it all called? Alcoves? So, if you have OCD, people making this themselves probably, you know, spend a lot of time and effort to make these completely straight, and I'm sure that you can find even more expensive. I can't remember, it's called Escorama, that Spanish company that has resin buildings. But this is really nice. Huge piece. It fits the stuff that I make myself, you know, it's kind of off as well. Nice different stoneworks here. You go over this piece and you pick out a few stones here and there, you know, with some dark grays and some browns, ochre and red stones, just to pick out some stoneworks that makes like a spot color, like I did on my dungeon board. Pick out some pieces there. This one, this is good, like this. Huge pieces. Nice. That doesn't really seem broken at all. Let's see what else we have down here. Another bunker, similar to the other one. Good for a sci-fi settlement. I don't know how to incorporate this in my sci-fi boards, but it shouldn't be too hard. It wouldn't look completely off. See here. So in size, they're not completely the same, so they must be cast in some kind of material that that shrinks a bit on hardening, because it's the same building, or they're from different molds, but they're They're not really the same size. I wouldn't mind. I don't care. Just a bit smaller. Cool buildings. And there's more. Even more desert terrain. I want another one of these huts here. Hey, I think this is another one of those gray ruins. Yeah. Same corner piece as this one. Put them opposite each other. Ruined tower, ruined house. Cool. Thanks, UrbanMatz. And we have, I think there's 2 more pieces down here. What's this? Oh, desert rock. Perfect for some moss terrain. I mean, they're fairly simply painted. But I guess buying pre-painted terrain at that price, this is the type of quality you can expect for pieces like this. And even without the paint, for a resin building like that in detail, nice and thick, I think the price is fairly decent. I was considering placing a part of that. I was considering buying terrain. Not that I need it, because I already have all the MDF kits that I need. I think I have a lot of unbuilt MDF for future boards, but time saving buying something like this and then just giving it an extra dry brush or some flop, you're pretty good. But quite well painted for pre-painted terrain. Yeah, I've never held a pre-painted piece of terrain before, so I don't know the standard. But this adds some extra sand, and yeah, this can go straight to a desert board or a sci-fi board with the Stargrave coming out. I know I'm gonna build a desert board. I want to make a desert board for Rangers of Charity with it. What's this? Oh, a door. So this must be a set. There must be like a wall set. Oh, this is part of the dungeon set, perhaps. Quite easy. You don't need a lot of these pieces to build a dungeon a lot quicker than I've done with my own build. But I think I'm gonna. If there's 2 of these, I'm gonna take a hammer to them, give them a smash, break them right apart, fix the edges, and they'll fit nicely with these larger ruins. Are there doors included? There's no doors in this one. Usually, one globby coat. From my experience, these look like a wash and a dry brush. Yeah, I think you're right. So these are a base coat. There's at least something that looks like a wash on these here pieces right here. They have some kind of wash details around the edges here, and at least 1 dry brush. And some of them have 2 dry brushes. And there's 1 more piece down here. Oh, it's another rock. A pretty large one. Yep. I really can't see what the broken bits are about this. I'm gonna add some sand to these. There's no doors here for these pieces. I'm gonna add some sand. I bought 5 kilos of aquarium sand in a nice yellow. I mean, sand that I get at a Danish beach doesn't look like the Tatooine sand I want on my desert board. So I bought 5 kilos, should be enough for all my terrain. Gonna add a bit of this to these. Gonna add something around the edges here on these of this sand, so they will tie together nicely with the desert board that I've planned. I've got palm trees and all kinds of stuff for that future build. It's gonna be a vacation build at some point. Take a week, build an entire board like I did when I did my post-apocalypse stuff. So, considering, well, I did send, I don't know, 700 euros or something like that. More, I don't know, a lot of money to them out of my bag. And then I've gotten it all back, of course. Then there was some. I was pretty surprised with the PayPal exchange rate. I hadn't taken that into consideration, but never mind that. So nice pieces here for some desert stuff, and two cool sci-fi ruins barracks. I don't have anything that they fit neatly to, but I have some silos. They would probably. I don't think they will look too apart from that. These would be easy to repaint. Perhaps just give them a OD green, like an olive drab spray coat. Dry brush the edges here in raw metal and a wash, and you would have some nice, more military looking buildings. Have to consider that, perhaps. And then putting them together, there's some these pieces right here. I mean, this is a big ruin. That's a center of a 3x3 board right there. I'll paint them to look like something from the desert. Yeah, I could do that as well. Or, rust them up a bit more for a better post-apocalypse feel. I don't know. I just bought a ton of shipping containers made to look like, there's doors in them and windows. So I'm going to build a container hap block. They could fit in there as well, actually. But these are nice. These are big. Centerpiece for a board. Nice Lord of the Rings weathertop feel to it. I'm gonna add some greenery, growing some ivy, some green washes. Pick out a few stones, and that's some nice pieces. Let's just see if we can see how where these other pieces, these walls were from. So that's the sci-fi stuff there. Then there are these desert stones. Balance. Here we are. So medieval city walls, 40 pieces. Okay, so this is not meant to be a dungeon. It's actually a nice way to add, line of sight blockage to a board. Game wise, I would use pieces like this. It doesn't look right in my eyes. I mean, in what city, inside the city, would you put up walls like this? So for a game it works, but I'm not sure it looks realistic. But it's an easy way to get some line of sight blocking on your board there. Where's the ruined city? Oh, that's cool. So this is the pieces that I got. 50 euros, 3 big ruins. Got the middle one there. So the thing I was considering getting myself after I got a look at this. There is the wall set if you want to. No doors as well. I was considering getting this one. And there was a bundle deal as well. Where is it? Medieval houses and a bridge, I think it was. That's cool as well, that there. City of Rocks type C. There was one piece. This one. I think this is a nice classic fantasy city, but of course there's no interior in the buildings, which I never really use anyways. But I like the bridge. That's a nice large bridge, a big piece of terrain right there. But this is just super cool. I want to build something like this. I mean, bridges, a tower, just screams Mordheim and high fantasy. And I want to get buildings like this in my city. Right now it's just small Renedra huts. Not to be demanding, but can we get a side view as well, perhaps with the other cam? Oh yeah, sure. So this one, side view of which buildings? So these are the small ruins. So these holes, they would make them look, I think for a 40K look, well, it could look like bullets have smashed pieces up there. So I'm just going to put them back here in the box. The big ruin, one more time. Lots of detailing in there. I think it's made to look like there's been a doorway here, and it's been filled with smaller stones and some big ones, because they're not the same size as around here. Same goes for the windows. Cool buildings. City walls. I think I'm gonna try and take a hammer to them. That'll make it into 3 pieces. 4 small desert buildings. I'm considering building desert buildings myself for a desert board, and I'm gonna build classic square dirt huts, polystyrene covered in cement, sand, spray paint, done. Doing the round buildings would be harder. I would have to find the round shape in a material that I can work with. So these are nice. I just need to find a way to make a wooden door to go on this. Make some, what's it called? Some poles here with some fabric, to give some shade. It would be easy to make a desert marketplace that way. Easy peasy. Nice simple terrain pieces to do. So 4 of those. Nice. The barracks right there. These 2 rocks. Just put a guy next to them. So it's pretty large. This one here. And this is heavy. It's much heavier than some of the other pieces. So perhaps these are hollow? But how would that make sense? Is it glued there at the bottom? I can't. There's a huge difference in weight. So I can't figure that out. And this one, this is really nice. This is just a cool piece. So here, like this is a piece where you want to, do some repainting. It would look better. So it's not detailed to look like wood, but I would probably, just paint it brown here. Doesn't make any sense that you have stone color there on the top. Nice piece. So thank you, UrbanMatz, for sending along some free stuff. They're huge. They're huge. No, I don't need stuff. I shouldn't have bought anything, but I think that the people, the participants that's ordered there and gotten a nice discount, they're going to be thrilled. This is nice products. I'll have to whip out the camera and try and film some of their mats when they're unboxed, but they're not mine, so I can't really open them. That wouldn't be fair. So yeah, thanks for checking in. That was my mood need.